What is this week about? This is about monochrome, which is so much fun. Plus, it's a learning lesson. So anything you make in these next 3 days, I want you to put it on Instagram, on social media, and hashtag Art with Adele Monochrome. Now, I know this is long, but in the Art with Adele Academy, we did several videos with this in mind and focused on this, and there are tons of inspiration. And that's one way, when you use this hashtag, we can see what you do, everybody else gets to see and be inspired by it. So anyway, I just want you to remember that. I'm going to put this up here for now. So, okay, let's dive in. Or rather, let's get started, as I usually say in the Academy. So the first day, I'm going to give you a quick overview of what we're going to do for the next 3 days. Today, we're going to go through and make this is just from a couple of magazines, the color blue, which is the monochrome. Monochrome just means one color, but in lots of different values or tones or what have you. So that's day one. That's what we're going to do. I have a whole bunch I'm going to show you. And here is my file that I saved through the magazines, and we're going to cut that out and put it on a piece of paper, printer paper. So that's today. Tomorrow, we are going to make collage papers from a blue or multiple blues. And these are going to be based on and inspired by what you do today. So I'm hoping that you don't just do one today. Do more than one, because if you just do one, you don't get as many ideas as if you did 10. I couldn't stop. Look at this. I couldn't stop myself. So anyway, tomorrow on Tuesday, we are going to paint papers. And this is just, I wanted everything to be simple and easy so everybody all around the world can do it. And so this is just printer paper, basic printer paper. This is paint. We're going to use some stamps that I made. This is out of food. This is food. I'm going to show you how to do that tomorrow. This is crayons. This is, what is it? Oh, colored pencils. So we're going to do all this tomorrow. And at the end, you're going to take one. You can come out with one of these. I made a book from one of the papers and just put like a journal in it. Just put some grid paper, which I love. So that is tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, let me put this aside for just a second. I always like to give a preview because I want you to be so excited as much as I am. So on Wednesday, we are going to actually take the collage papers and make a collage out of them. Tearing and cutting and everything else. And I'm going to go through this book that I made, and this is really about monochrome paintings, reds or whatever, but it will give you some ideas also. So that, and then, let me show you this. This is what's fabulous. So I am going, after we do the collage papers, I'm going to put them and glue them on this board. This is a 10 by 10 inch just canvas panel. You can do it on watercolor paper or canvas or board or whatever you have it, but I'm choosing this for a couple reasons. And I want to show you, because if you want to get any of this stuff before Tuesday or Wednesday, try to get it now, because once we finish doing the collage, look at this. I am going to frame them. This is from Blick online. It's a gold frame. You can do lots of different ones, but you can put this behind. It will fit in here like this, and you can frame your collage. So these boards are wonderful, and they're really inexpensive, really inexpensive. So that's what I'm going to do. That is your quickie overview of what is coming. Let me put all this aside and let's get started for today. I am so excited, but I get excited about doing anything art related. So I'll just put all this aside. So for today, what are we going to do? First of all, I'm going to show you what I did. It kind of got obsessive because I started out, I'm going to do one blue collage piece from magazines because I wanted to give you an example to show you and talk about. Then I said, well, I've done one. Why don't I do one more to compare? Well, then I said, what about if I did it in all the different colors? So I did a red one. Look at these. A beige one, a pink one, a white. This is a white one. A white one, green. I mean, look what happened to me. This is the start. And then there was a yellow one. And then I love black and white. And so I just cut a couple pages, and they have a lot of black and white. So I came out with, I think, 5 of these. Look at these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they're all different. That's why I want you to do many of them. But I'm going to go, before we start cutting up, and I want to show you, this is my file that I'm going to do today, where I just went through magazines and tore out different things of blue. Anything I saw with blue. Didn't matter what color blue, if it was a light color, a dark color, a medium color, anything. And I wanted to show you how sometimes it's hard to know, like, well, how did you see this or see this or see this? Well, like, this is an obvious blue. So this is a no-brainer. Blue, blue, blue. But then sometimes you can come across a magazine and look, it's just this up here. So I'm going to cut this up here. This one is like, I'm going to cut different pieces out here. And I'm going to cut this. You're going to watch and see. This one, I love this really dark. And I couldn't tell if it was a blue or a blue-green or what have you. But I put it up to the other blues and it sure looked blue to me. So I'm using it. And look at this. I'd used a lot of ads. Look how wonderful this is up here. Think of it in the abstract. It can actually be something specific like flowers or mountains or a scarf, but think blue. So you don't just want to come across, don't just tear out pages from a magazine that are a large thing of blue. That's wonderful, but, oh, look, that's catching my eye right now for black and white. Anyway, okay, back to this. So I happen to love magazines. And most of the ones I pulled here are from home magazines that I keep. I've got millions of them from years back, and or fashion magazines. So that's that blue. Here's blue. Now look, if you might come across something that just like this, I might cut out just, and you'll watch me, cut out just this little piece here, this little piece here, and this piece here. So it's not just, and I don't know what I'm going to use. I just cut it all out. You'll watch me. We're going to do this together in just a minute. I also love this. I like this, had texture, but I love this blue writing because I love text. Here's another one that is like, this is a hydrangea, a blue hydrangea. So I'm going to cut out a couple of these. But I wanted to show you that when you look through your magazines, don't just look for one huge page. You don't have to do that. You can have something small. Now I'm going to cut this, and I love this shape. You never know what you're going to find. I could do that, but I like the other one better. And here's another small one. I like small pieces and larger pieces. Here, oh, look, I did this because just this little section here, just this pattern. And look at this big painting in the back. I'm not sure. And this, you can see now how many of these. And we're going to get to that and start cutting them in just a second. But before I do, I want to go through a couple of these to show you kind of what to look for when you are looking and tearing out your magazine papers. So any blues, patterns. This really, obviously this isn't a blue, but I love the scallops. So I tore that out. Dark blues. And one of the things to remember is try to get a variety of lights, mediums, and darks. It's the most important thing in art. One of the most variety. So I did that on each one of these. Light, mediums, dark. I like patterns. And then we're going to notice, this is the thing that I noticed. I did these first. And you want to do these just by your instinct. Put everything, just tear them all out. And just so you know, if you don't want to do the color blue, you don't have to. You can do red, you can do pink, you can do any color you want. But I want to show you that what I noticed, and this is what we're going to do for tomorrow, how many of these, most of these that I tore out were solid colors, with several of them that had basically patterns or a print or something like that. So that informed my decision about how, what I made. as far as the prints and the papers. And look at this. Look how tiny this is. Look, this is a bit, well, this whole thing is really one big piece that I tore out and cut out. So you can tell magazines, pillows and everything else. This was a separate one. This, and look, these are both dark, but look at the difference in the color. It makes it so interesting. And the patterns. And one of the things I found out that I love is that when you cut around something, you'll have fantastic shapes that I wouldn't have gotten if I didn't cut it out of a magazine. And something was in the way and I didn't want to have it. Otherwise, I would have cut everything out, probably geometrically. But look at this. These shapes really added. And then I found a page. So this is in the beiges, there was this one page with all these different shells. And so I just love the shape. And again, once you have a couple of these, then you'll notice, oh, what shape? You might want to cut a shape from one of your collage papers like that. And this is a different value. Light value with pattern, medium value, and this is a darker value. Okay, pinks. I didn't realize that pink was so, that I could get such great stuff from just pinks. Now, again, look at the difference. This was one of the first ones I did, and I pretty much put everything in here. So to me, it's a little busy, but I still love the inspiration of having different colors. These are the stripes, light. These are a pattern. Look at the flowers. This is a ribbon. This is a plate. This is actually a sofa turned on its side. So look, this is actually, this was a curtain. So you're going to go through and have fun. Beige. Look at all the different beiges. I just love these. And this is going to inspire everything. Green. I didn't see a lot of green, but in this one, when I started cutting out the shapes, I hardly have any of them in here. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh no, this one is one big one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just 6 different pieces. And I like the simplicity of this. Yellow. I did this like with the pink one, so I threw everything in here but the kitchen sink. But look at the different shapes, all different kinds of things. A pattern. This behind here was a door. So, it's going to be so much fun for you to go through. And with the blacks, oh man, I actually couldn't believe I got so many. And think of putting these together. After we cut these, the blue things out today, when we start putting them together, think of it like putting together a puzzle. You try it in different places and see where it goes. And you might have, there are some at the end that I just said, I didn't need it, so I threw it away. Look how simple this is. Very interesting with the darks and the lights, with the text, with the variety, pattern. Look at this shape. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This only has 6 pieces. So try some with just a few pieces. Try some with a lot. This one, again, the black and whites were just so fabulous. There's 1, 2, this is 1 piece, 3, 4. This was, I cut off, this is the foot or the shoe of a model. And I didn't want the legs and everything, so I cut it off. But look how fabulous it looks. So you've got to be really creative. This was 1 piece. It was this one magazine, and when I went to go buy, I actually did buy a couple magazines. I wanted to see what one of the latest ones are of the fashion magazines. And so they had one magazine that had a lot of black and white. And so this was the top, this was the middle, and this was the bottom. But I cut them up and just redid them as shapes. And what struck me in this one is look at the negative shapes in here. Look at these negative shapes. How fabulous. So not necessarily the positive, but look at the negative shapes. This only has 3 pieces. And here's another one. This was a person, this was a model. This was a wall. You can see all this. So I hope that you're going to have millions of ideas. And again, write anything down that you want to ask me later. And by the way, I hope you come out with, as many of these as I did eventually. This is addictive. Once you start looking at the magazines and you look for one color, and put them in the like just a file like this, a folder, you're going to want to go back and go, well, let me go try another color. Let me go try another color. I couldn't stop. For 2 or 3 days, that's all I did. And afterwards, I did find this in a magazine, and I put it out because I like to put things in binders. Oh, this is a bad binder, but that's okay. And then I'll put them in here. These are just sheet protectors. And so I'll keep these for inspiration later. Wonderful. Okay, so let's get started with the cutting or tearing or what have you. So that's the first step. After you've torn out the pages, and I just went through each magazine, tore it out, put it aside, tore it out, put it aside. But I'll do this over here. Let me show you. So we're going to cut some of this. Okay. And then you're going to put it all around. And this is just fun. You can listen to music while you do this. I just get so inspired by all the pieces that I don't do that. I just focus on this. So I'm going to do this. And you want lots of different shapes. I have no idea where or if I'm going to even use it. But I just know that I want it. And I happen to like text in mine. So most everything is blue, but blue on, but I like something like blue on white. So, and look, see, this is how you get these fabulous shapes. And this is what I noticed that I actually want to do a lot more of in mine is that I want to, tomorrow I'm going to make, well, on Wednesday when we cut these out, I'm going to make sure that I have a lot of different shapes. So I'm just cutting all along here. And I'm going to do this as well. But for this one, I think I'm going to go by this shape. This. Okay. So there's another one. And look, I could even do this later for the black and white. I'm telling you. And then I put these aside. I do not throw them away because there's so much there. I like this shape too. And even though it's this color, I am going to do this shape. This is just the gathering. No thinking. Just playing. But, oh my gosh, you're going to come out with some fabulous things. So look what we have already. These colors are fantastic. And I can tell, I cut more than what I thought, or I pulled more magazines than what I thought, because I actually want to make a couple of them. So I have this, and I'm just going to go straight across with this one. I know it's not too exciting watching me cut these, but I really hope that you have this and can do it with me. But what I do like about you watching me, even if you're not doing your own, is that you'll see how I can focus in on something and you might not have thought about. Okay, so blue on this one. I can change the shape later, but I'm going to come in here like this and just go around these guys. And that's the reason, one of the reasons I love doing it with magazines is for this reason. I probably would not have done this shape, but seeing it once I've finished with them, I just love the shapes. And you could cut this out, but I'm not going to, because I've learned by doing 20 plus that I can put something over here later. For instance, like this, I could put this over here. Not bad already. So if there's something in the middle, let me cut this on the edge. If there's something in the middle, just leave it like that. Okay, and then this color, I love this color. I'm just gonna do this like this. Okay, look how great they all look together, just throwing them on here. I'm gonna go this. And again, you can cut out shapes if you want, just with while you're cutting this. I'm gonna leave the white because I like that. Okay, now, I think I'm gonna, I didn't think about it, but I think I'm gonna include her shoulder. How about that? I don't have to always, and I'm gonna do this. Okay, just trust your gut, do what you think, have fun. I'm gonna leave this aside because I have so many other ones. Look how many we're getting. Okay, this is a big one. So that's why you want both big and small. I'm going to show you. I think we could probably do 3 out of this. Okay. And I put these over here because if I need more if I'm doing a lot and I need a little bit more, I can go back to those old ones and do that. Okay, here's that. Look at how great these shapes are. This one, I think I'm just going to go down here and save this for, let's see. Okay, so put this here, put that over there in case I need some more. Look how cool these colors are. I mean, this shape is. And, oh, I love this. Okay. And again, I have no idea. I have learned that I think of it like a puzzle. This is like a puzzle when you start putting them together. And you can cut them up into smaller pieces if you need. That's coming, that's coming. Okay. And what you're doing besides just doing this is you're really creating, I mean, not only some fun times, but some inspiration when you put them in your binder. Okay, now here's this one. I'm going to do this first. Let's see. I like this. I'm not going to go up here. I'm just going to go here, here, and here, and cut this edge off. Okay. And then I love stripes, so they always jump out at me. I know most of them are not very big, but I still like them, so I'm going to do it. Because sometimes you just like you want a variety in value, you also want a variety in whatever, you know, in these small ones, in size, variety in size, in shape, and in patterns. Okay, so we've got this, but I want to see, you see how I can just find one little thing, a couple of things in this one. Now I'm going to put this over here, and I kind of put the small ones to the side because they can get lost once I have this big pile. All right, so I'm going to do this, and I'll show you what I do is I don't necessarily want to have these red. They don't mean things. It's just reminding me of text. And I don't want that in there, so I'm going to do this. So I literally cut off the top and the bottom most of the time, just so that you can see it's text. So that's text. And I'll do this one too. Let's do this one too. And you can never have too many. And if you don't use them, you can always make another one. So look at all the text. Okay, we got that. And I'm just going to cut this one out. I don't know what it's going to look like, but it's kind of a cool shape anyway. And I have difficulty making up shapes. I don't know about you, but I have a tendency to do the same thing, kind of fill it in. So I have to push myself to do something different. And this has been a tremendous learning to see what shapes. I would never have thought of that shape. But look, you can see the texture. Okay, just a couple more, and then we'll get started putting these together. But the more you have, see, like this is that hydrangea, and I'm just going to cut it out in a circle or a different shape. So I put the small ones over here. I'll put this, even though this has a little green in it, okay. Love that shape. And I just put that aside because I want to get started doing these. Okay, so this one, I love this shape. So I'm going to have it large, and I can always cut it down later. I love that too. Okay, only a few more. Let's see, maybe we can go, okay, we have some blues. I'm going to put that aside. Okay, I wanted this one. So this is what I'm going to do. There's this. Okay. You see how important these small pieces are. Okay, I'm going to do that. And I am going to cut this one out because I do like this kind of shape, like this. It looks like an alphabet kind of thing. I love that. Okay. Look at all the ones we're collecting. Okay. I think, oh no, I'm not going to do it. And then I want to have as many at hand as possible. And then we're going to do like maybe 2 or 3 of these. Let's see. This is a square one, but you can cut a shape out of it if you want to later. And I love this pattern. This is the last one. So I love this pattern. So I'm going to cut this pattern into a couple of different shapes because it's big. So I happen to know by now, some I want large and some, here's another one, see, over here, and this one. How about that? Let's see. So I'm going to do this. And I don't know if I want to divide it up and cut those up differently or not. So that's that. Cool. Okay, so let me put all this aside and save it in case we need it. I don't throw anything away except for these cut pieces. Let's see. So now I happen to have, so I have a glue stick. I have all these pieces. This is a small one. It just helps me. And I have this palette knife over here because when I do the gluing, I want to have a separate place to do it. So I kind of just put these aside. Now I'm going to take one piece of paper and let's think of this like a puzzle. And before I glue anything, I put several things on. So I usually take a big piece. Let's just go with this, for instance, a big piece, or maybe I'll do two at a time. Let's see. Let's do two at a time. So that, I put the big piece on. It could be at the top. It could be at the bottom, or whatever. It could go over it, but that's here. And then I just start filling in with the big things. It's kind of like with your painting. You want to fill in with the big areas first. So let me push this over here. Oh, and then I'm going to put this over here so I can see everything. And then I fill in later. So this, now it turns out that I want to have, I'm going to do this up here. I want to have the different blues, so that's why I chose that. Let me put this over here so you can see all these. And I kind of just hold it up to see what works for me. If it's trust your intuition, is it a yes? Is it a no? Is it a, I don't know. See, and I like the combination of different ones, so I'm going to use these two big ones. And I'm going to put this here. I'm going to cut a little bit of this off because it went off the page. Okay. So say I did this. Okay. What would be next? I've got these two. Now what? Let's see what else is big that I could put in here. Do I like this here? Do I like it here? I'm just going to put this down for now. I like seeing all around there. Or, I like that better. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I've got that. And what else have I gotten? So this, do I want, let's see what I want. I love this piece. And you can even put this, see, I'm going to put this here. I love the same tone on tone too. So I'm going to put that there. I don't want this, I'm not going to cut it off yet. This is sort of from here. I need an angle here. Let's see. I think I like this sort of in the middle. So I'm going to leave this here. And again, I'm not doing it for anything that it says to read. Let's see what else I've got here. Let me pull all these over. You see how they just start. Think of puzzles. So much fun. And I try to put something in each one of these. Like, I'm not sure where. Just putting it down there for right now. Do I want this up there? Do I want it smaller? A million questions I ask myself. Oh, I kind of like this. I love this shape. So I'm going to cut this. Okay. Yes, I like that shape. See the negative space there. See how they just kind of develop? Okay, so far, I like what we have here. Here and here. So we're making two of them. So now let's see. Let's go in with so I need to fill in this space. And also, I forgot to tell you, you don't have to fill in every little thing. And I like to kind of go off. Like if you want this to go like this, you can do that. You don't have to have it exactly, covering up every white area. Okay, Let's see. I'm going to put this here just for now. This is so much fun to work on. Let's get a different color. This way. I'm going to stick this under here. Do I like that there? Yeah. I love the different pillows. Look, these are the same value, but they're different colors. And I love the same value, but different shades. This and this. I don't know if I need that right now. What else do we have here? This is a big one. This is a big one. This is a big one. Let's see if I like this here. I do kind of like that there. Kind of big. Not sure about that. I don't want to keep putting the same color in. So, I love that there. Let me see if I overlap. Okay, I need that big one there. Can't do it. Let's see what else. Do I want to fill this in under here? Maybe. Let's do this. Slip this underneath. Okay. And once you have this like you want it, I just want to tell you a trick. Take a photo of it, because once you start gluing, you have to take each thing off piece by piece. And if you do that, you can forget where it was. Trust me, I know from experience, because I lost a lot of them. Now, you know, I like this. I don't want to put too much else on here. So between these two, do I want to put something here, overlapping here, or something? Oh, I like that. Again, tone on tone. I'm almost finished, you all. Let's see what else. Do I want this? Do I want it up here to kind of pull your eye up here? I like it here. Do I want it over here? I don't like it smack dab in the middle. So do I want it over here? Let me take a look. I like it there, actually. See, it comes up. Again, I'm thinking from an artist's point of view, where does your eye go? So it's gonna. I want to bring it over here. So I like it there. Now let's see. Where didn't I have? Oh, here's a stripe. So stripes. Let me see if I want to put in some stripes. This or this up here. Keep trying it and see if you like it. I can't find a place. Even though I love that, I can't find a place. And with this, I think I'm just going to cut this off now and have these as two separate ones. Do I want this somewhere? I really like what's going on here. I'm not wild about this color. I might use this color here. Yes, I like that color better. But I don't need that big, so I'm going to cut this down. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to cut this down and just slip it in here. Or, I have to tell you, look, here isn't like a negative space. I'm going to slip it underneath here. I love that. Look at that. See what happened? I love that. Okay, so let's do that. Let's see if there's anything else that we want to add. Look how simple this is. This is simple too, but you have to put, if you put the big things on and look at the fabulous shapes, a lot of rounded shapes and all kinds of different shapes. Now, what about this? I like this kind of, where else do I want this? Do I want it over here? No. Do I want it up? No. Do I want it over, let me see. Do I want it here? Kind of coming in over here. Yeah, I like that there. But not as much if I have this. So I like that. I'm going to keep that like that. Oh, I might put this down here. To have something at the bottom here. And here's the other one. So do I want these two down here? Or over here? I might have this over here. Look how, that's it. See how slight, this is just a slight lighter than this, but I'm going to have it there. So here is one. I would take a photo of it, and then you take the top things off and start rearranging it to glue it. But let's see. So this is going to be here. All right. We've got this. Let's take one extra look to see. Maybe we want to go have something over here. Yeah, look. How about that? Okay, I'm thinking, how about that? Yeah, I like that. A little accent piece up there. So look how much more this is filled up than this. Now look, we only have a couple left. You'd be surprised. Look at all the ones we cut out, but we really, enough for 2. We could even do 3, but I'm not going to do that. I love this little thing. I want to put it in here, but I don't think it goes anywhere. I could put it in here, but no, I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to overdo it. And this is cool. Up here, no, too contrasted. Do I want it up here? No. So you can try things and trust your intuition. So I have these left to put back and use for another one. I could go through all the magazines again, which trust me, I will do. And do these. So this is what we did today. And I want to see what you do. So please, I'm going to glue these and I'm going to put these on Art with Adele monogram. So you can see these, you'll see these. And I'll put the other ones on there. And make sure you hashtag Art with Adele Monochrome. And join me again tomorrow, 9 o'clock Pacific time. And hello to everyone in the United States, Australia, France. I see that we have tons of people all around the world. So welcome, welcome. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow because that's going to be fun. We're going to paint and draw monocolors, monochromes. Bye.